Hello, welcome once again to this channel, Wisdom from Afar. I really appreciate you stopping by to take a look at what we are discussing today on this channel. And I would implore you once again to make sure you click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified anytime we drop a new video that I believe is going to bless your life. Today I will be talking about a topic that I have called how to control your appetite, and then I will be taking a look at a lesson from a small child that has refused to eat any other thing just apart from one food, right? So let's take a picture and look at a small child. Anytime food is served, this child will refuse every other thing and we just eat one particular type of food. Maybe the food is maybe biscuits, or maybe bread, or maybe rice, as the case may be. The child would not just want any other type of food, but only this food. So at first, it's probably might look kind of harmless and innocent, but as time goes on, over time, right, the parent will notice something. The child will not grow well, and the child will grow more weaker. The child will lack balance and probably become sick because one food cannot sustain the body, right? One single food cannot give the body all the nutrients, all the vitamins and mineral that is needed for the child to grow properly. Now, I want us to now turn the mirror to the other side, or let's turn the mirror to ourselves. Many of us are not not different from the child, so to say. Only that our appetite has grown beyond food, right? For some, it is fashion, right? They want to latch on any new fashion that comes out. For some, it's design, right? They want to flow with the trend of design, which is probably related with fashion anyway. And for some, it's technology, new phone, iPhone 16, iPhone 18, iPhone X, iPhone whatever, as they come in, you want to get them. For some, it is car. They are car freaks, especially when maybe their colleague or their close ones or their close relative they probably own the same thing, so they want to measure up with the standard, right? And for men, some of us, it's woman, right? We have cravings for women, you just want to talk with woman, friend, or the woman, everything, everything is just surrounding your own, trying to feed your appetite. And some, it is money, right? They want to get more money every time, more money. Technically, there is nothing bad in trying to get money, but when it becomes one thing that is like, you can do and undo, you can do anything, you can even kill to get money, right? Just to satisfy your cravings for that appetite, then it's becoming the problem, right? So, but let me say something here so that you will not get me wrongly, right? So, an appetite in itself is not always by it's not always related to material things, right? Or let me say it this way: uh, human appetite is not always uh, for material things alone, right? Some people, their own appetite is for recognition, right? They can't survive a week without people praising them or giving them some kind of attention. They are used to the fame, let me put it that way, right? And if they don't get that within a week or maybe within a day, in fact, some women are used to people calling them, oh, fine girl, fine boy, and they are now using that to feed their appetite, right? Uh, some uh, the appetite would now probably make their life difficult because that will now control their emotions, right? Because if they have not feed that appetite for a particular point in time, it becomes a trouble, and that would affect everything they are doing, which affects their decision, which affects their relationship, which is a problem, and that is what I'm trying to review or talk about in this video. But here is it. In itself, right? Appetite is not trying to feed your appetite is not a trouble or is not that evil. Okay, but here is the danger. When appetite is not controlled, it becomes kind of a prison, you know, just like the child we talked about. You know, the child cannot imagine life without eating maybe biscuits or eating bread or eating rice. You know, we too we cannot imagine life without feeding that one desire. You know, when you cannot imagine yourself without feeding that craving, you know, that is when the problem has begun. Let's take a look at some example in the Bible. You know, the first thing that comes to mind is Esau. Think of Esau, right? His appetite for food is just what destroyed him. You know, just one meal of pottage, he sold his birthright. His hunger put him into trouble, right? He lost something that generations are still talking about even today. The Bible recorded that he sought it with tears, right? Because he could not control his appetite for what to eat. Another example I want to talk about is the children of Israelites in the wilderness. God has been feeding them with manna from heaven, you know, food prepared directly from above, you know, but they kind of developed cravings for meat. They said, who will give us flesh to eat? And that becomes a trouble for them because God gave them quail. They ate until many of them were destroyed in the wilderness. Their uncontrolled appetite become their destruction. Now, let's take a look at a perfect example, which is Jesus. When Jesus was in the wilderness after 40 days fasting, you know, hunger came, right? And here you see that we have been talking about appetite for food, at least from Esau, from children of Israelite, and now to Jesus, right? Uh, I want to say something. Hunger in itself is something that is natural, which definitely it will happen every time, like every day, or maybe every 6 hours or every 5 hours, depending on how you have actually trained yourself. But here in Jesus' case, he answered the devil and said, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word proceed out of the mouth of God." Right? In this particular story passage, Jesus showed us an example of how we can control our appetite, and he was able to kind of discipline himself to resist this temptation from the devil. And this was possible because he was able to control his appetite for food at that point in time. Jesus was showing us that appetite must bow to discipline, otherwise it will bow us down. So you must make sure you discipline your appetite, because if you fail to do that, it's going to lead you to trouble. And I want to mention here that the appetite, or maybe our cravings, so to say, is not evil, and that I should also establish, because it is part of our human life, and it is part of what make us a human, and then we cannot do I say possibly live without it, right? But appetite without control is like a fire without boundary. It will consume everything in its parts, and that is what I'm trying to say in this video, that you must discipline your appetite. I must discipline my appetite. I must put my cravings under control. A wise person would always know how to say enough. Yeah, every wise person will always know how to say enough. Just as a child must, the child I mentioned at that time, just as the child must be guided, or the child must have wisdom that, oh, I need to eat vegetables, I need to eat fruits, I need to eat this and that to be able to have a balanced diet, right? We too must guide ourselves to balance our appetite, to balance our cravings. We must ask ourselves one important question, like, do I really need this, or this is just my appetite pulling me? If you want to get into to do anything, you should ask yourself that simple question: do I really need this, or is it my appetite that is pulling me or controlling me? Let me leave you with this reflection. What is your own, that one food, let me call it one craving or one appetite that you are currently feeding at this time, while you are ignoring other things that could make you grow? What is that one appetite that you are actively feeding? What is that one craving that you are currently actively feeding, and you are ignoring every other aspect of your life that can make you grow, that can make you better, that can make you successful in life? I want you to take a look at this, right? Take a deep study or a good stock of yourself. you should be able to identify some of these cravings and some of these uncontrolled appetites that might be causing trouble for your life. The moment you identify them, you must learn to control or discipline those appetites. You must learn to control or discipline those appetites. The moment you learn to control it, you will discover freedom, because true satisfaction does not come from always feeding your appetite or always feeding your craving. True satisfaction comes from knowing when to stop and when to say enough. I will leave you with this for today. Ponder on these things. Check every aspect of your life that you have actually dedicated yourself to bad or ungodly appetites, ungodly cravings that can lead you to destruction. Some, it might also be maybe addiction or a kind of addiction. We have many of them. You know them. It's up to you to make sure to take a bold step, learn to discipline yourself and control all these appetites so that they would not destroy you. I will call it a stop here today, and till I come your way next time, keep channeling your energy in the right direction. Keep doing what is good and putting your energy to work in the right direction. And I promise you, you will get to the top. Remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified when we drop new video. I appreciate your time. Till I come your way next time, God bless you and bye bye.